In the previous session, we discussed about different vulnerabilities in web systems, mobile systems, certificate systems, right? So in this session, it's a continuation for that. So in this today's session, we'll discuss about the password vulnerabilities. Okay. So what could go wrong if you're not following some principles of security? So these are the sample password breaches that happened in history. In 2012, LinkedIn got hacked. Approximately 6 million passwords were breached. And 2013, Twitter, Evernote, and Adobe, these passwords got hacked. And 15, LastPass was stolen. The reason was LinkedIn and all these organizations were actually not storing the passwords in a way they are supposed to store, right? So any guess why they were hacked? Actually, how do you store a password? Hash value? Is it sufficient? Let's see the reason. The reason is the password is hashed, but not salted. So what are the salts, right? It is not the salt that you normally use in cooking, but these are random data that is used as additional input to the hash function, all right? So these are basically used to avoid the offline dictionary attacks. So there are many offline tools like John the Ripper, Rainbow Cracker, which will actually crack, have the capability to compute back the password based on the hash. It has a database of around 2 GB. So when the server-side compromise is done, the server-side compromises actually exposes all the hashes. Right. So it has a pre-built database of hashes where it can actually compare what was hashed and what is available in database. In that way, it can tell what is the password that was set, right? So the reason why they were hacked was it is salted. They are actually hashed but not salted, right? So just in basic information how people are actually using the password. You can see that the password is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 5% of the user were using these kind of passwords. Similarly different passwords, because they were actually not following the password principles, how they're actually supposed to set it. The simple passwords and any offline dictionary attack like John the Ripper or Rainbow can easily crack these kind of passwords, right? So how do you actually store the password? The first rule, never store the password in clear text. Now what you have to do? So when actually storing the password, there is something called salt field. So this can be any random in a string that depends on implementation that you're using. It can be 16 byte or 64 byte, right? So you are supposed to concatenate the salted string along with the password, and the resultant string should be hashed and stored in the password database, not just never the hash, right? So just a sample example how we are doing this. So we have two different users, user 1 and user 2.